Hi, Mike Crowell here again. Welcome back to my channel. This is a follow-up video to one I did when I was making this heart-shaped box. As you can see, this one is done. However, when I was cutting the main body here, as a way of aligning the sides on the inside, I was using a pattern bit, and so also a pattern. It's a little bit of a disaster for me when I went to cut that, and I will explain why in this video. Now this is what you call a dramatization. And so I'm not going to run the router. It's not even plugged in, just so you know. The pattern is not attached to this core piece, but this will get the job done. And so what had happened when I was cutting this, the bit caught and just broke this into several pieces. Not the desired result. So what happened here? First of all, I have the pattern bit. Now, the idea here is this bearing rolls on your pattern and cuts down here the core piece. And so anyone who's used a router table knows that you go against the direction. The bit is turning this way, so you go this way, right? And you have to really maintain that direction, right? So here's where it gets crazy. This is where, when I did this side, I was using this hold down block. This isn't going to work like this without it being secured, but I was using the hold down block and I was helping to guide it. And I would turn it. I did not like my fingers being this close to the bit. So I like to keep these. And I have seen the results of people getting their fingers into the bit. So I was using this, which was actually rather awkward. And I think what had happened when I was trying to turn this, because there's limited room in here, I think I hit the bit in the wrong direction over when I was trying to get it around this way. It caught the piece and just blistered it. So I could have thrown it away, but I glued it back together, and I will show you that. But I just wanted to kind of drive home the point. I like to work safely when I can. But this seems like it's okay, but when you get around to this way, it's really hard to keep things lined up and moving the way you want without gripping this. So this worked for a little bit, and then I abandoned this idea and went with just a regular drum sander. This piece isn't done, but I just used the drum sander to get things level and a Dremel tool and got it smooth, and it came out great. It's a lot more work, but it still came out great. So let me show you how I put that back together and we'll be done with this. Okay, I have the pattern cut out and taped to the blank, I guess you call it. You can see it hangs over just a little bit. I'm going to trim that with a router now. Well, that didn't go well. Well, shit. So I'm gluing the shattered heart back together. This is how I clamped this. When you have these unusual shapes like this, it's hard to get a clamp on it. So I just probably glued this one to my desk, or workbench, but it's got paper, it'll come off. And then just clamped a block to the board, to the bench, and just jammed these things in there to kind of, that's the technical thing. It squeezes everything together. So now I got to get this piece into here. So obviously, I don't give stuff time to dry, but I'm going to let that dry. This piece, now that it's all glued back together, it fits good there, and it fits good here. It does, but not at the same time. So I'm going to glue one side, then I'll get some glue in there after the other side. I'll glue this Bloody hell. Here's my clampage scenario. So this is where I glued that. It's pretty straight and seems to have filled in the gaps. I'll worry if I got my little block glued in there. If I do, I'll cut it off. That's troubling. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.